Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Right to the air is Rodgers. Throw left side, complete to Sharp. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. Some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 18 more yards there and another first down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
On play action, Rodgers. That's going to be caught, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. On the return, it's Taylor from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. They'll start on the ground here on first down. They'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Done. And taken down just shy of the 40. The Bucs at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Up the middle they go. It's done. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. This defense for the Packers, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And it's a Packers touchdown. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taylor now from the end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Johnson on first down. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he didn't make it all the way to the end zone. This week he got Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Johnson now to throw on second down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique.
Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
On first down, Little. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. 30, 20, 10, and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. To throw on second down. Johnson forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
A loss of 14 yards. Brings up third down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And my goodness, another interception. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Rodgers. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On second down now, it's Little, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
A loss of a yard on the play. It's now 3rd down and 4.
They run the quick dive with Allstott. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Little, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw. Johnson, throw left side, complete. That's done. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Operating from the gun, Johnson. And now here is another interception. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. But to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game
where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bucs will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They've had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The first half, no contest. What will the second half bring? As we are back and underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Johnson. He finds his man. Complete. It's done. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. Here's Johnson throwing on first down. And my goodness, another interception.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there. And there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game.
And the Packers have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and it is 42-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They'll try and run for it and try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short, and he is short. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit if they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Throwing is Rodgers. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great play there. With his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Packers are pouring it on.
The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
And they'll accept that penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
On the return, it's Taylor from his end zone.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Johnson. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sit.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Devontae Adams, 34 yards.
And the Packers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Looking to throw. Johnson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
On first down, done. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Now Johnson looking to throw on 2nd down. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. In motion left, that's Jackson. Johnson on 3rd down. Bringing it in. Jackson left side. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Rodgers now on 1st down. Looking deep for Adams. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. That's complete to Sharp. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Rodgers again now. Rolling to his right. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
To throw is Rodgers. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5.
They found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it? Did a great job of...
Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Packers are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Taylor now from the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
On 2nd down. It's done, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
An 8-yard loss brings up 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on 4th down but come up empty. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
On the return, it's Taylor from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands,
and my goodness, another interception.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Got a man complete. It's Taylor.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Rodgers looking to throw. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point try now for Crosby. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Taylor now from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big depth.
And now here is another interception.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, guys, you look up at the scoreboard, and they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Rodgers throwing here. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Drop for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And it's complete to Adams. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now Crosby for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
On the return, it's Taylor from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny. I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Johnson now to throw on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 33. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And the 13-year man puts it through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on